The Puck Portfolio with Andy MacNeil.
Hey, welcome to the Puck Portfolio. My name is Andy MacNeil. I'm your host. I'm here on weekdays to provide NHL projections, picks, betting advice, and strategies to help you make informed bets throughout the NHL season. This show is sponsored by NorthStar Bets. You can check them out via the link in the description below. The only bet I made on Wednesday's show for Thursday's games, because we do look ahead to the next day's NHL games on this show, was the Minnesota Wild at plus 140 on the money line. The Wild are now plus 117 on the money line at NorthStar Bets. So it was an objectively good bet at plus 140. The market agrees with that, and it's nowhere near playable now. So hopefully you watched Wednesday's show, because that was a great number that we were able to get down on, and that is arguably our best bet for Thursday. But I've got a couple of more, actually three more bets that I want to add to my betting card for Thursday, three underdogs. So let's get into it. First, we've got the Montreal Canadiens at the Ottawa Senators, and I said on Wednesday's show that I was not against backing Montreal to beat the Ottawa Senators on Thursday, but I'd need better odds than the plus 145 that was being offered. Well, the market did its thing, and the odds are now as low as plus 155, so I can make that bet now. In fact, NorthStar Bets has the best price in market currently at plus 155. Pulling up the projections here now on the screen. As you can see, my model thinks the Canadiens should be a plus 143 underdog. Of course, they did play on Wednesday. They got the win over the New Jersey Devils, another winner for the Puck Portfolio. We had a 0.75 units on the Montreal Canadiens at plus 185, won 1.35 units on that one. They beat the Devils in regulation on the road, 3-2. Big win for the Montreal Canadiens. Of course, they were up 2-0, and then a 4-minute penalty got the Devils back in that game. They scored 2 power play goals, but Cole Caulfield, he got it done, poked that winner home, and we got the big underdog win on the Montreal Canadiens. Now we're going to try to roll some of those winnings over on this game here, because Jonas Korpisalo is expected to start for the Senators. Of course, Samuel Montembeault got the start last night. I'm expecting Caden Primo to be in goal for the Montreal Canadiens. Could be Jake Allen, but I've got Primo listed as the expected starter right now. Korpisalo is expected to start for the Senators. He's 8-15 this season with an .885 save percentage, minus 12.5 goals saved above expected, which is the third worst mark in the NHL according to evolvinghockey.com. Korpisalo has just 3 wins in his last 15 games played. I'm risking 3/4 of a unit, 0.75 units on the Montreal Canadiens at plus 155. That is my next bet for Thursday. So we've got the Wild at plus 140. Long gone, as I said. Hope you watched Wednesday's show and got down on that one. We've got the Montreal Canadiens now at plus 155. Both 3/4 unit plays here, and the plays are going to get smaller as we go. Now, the St. Louis Blues and the Washington Capitals, they're going head-to-head, and Alex Ovechkin has missed the Capitals' last 3 games, but he was a full participant in Wednesday's practice. Head coach Spencer Carberry said it was a positive step, but Ovechkin's status is still up in the air against St. Louis on Thursday. Beck Malenstein, personal reasons, also a game-time decision against the Blues. Charlie Lindgren is expected to start for the Capitals. Lindgren ranks 6th in the NHL with 14.9 goals saved above expected, and he has the second best save percentage in the NHL among goaltenders who have played at least 200 minutes this season. Big matchup between the Avs and the Bruins, but there's been no change in the odds, and there isn't any discrepancy, in my opinion, to attack here according to the model. So going to pass over this one. Dallas at Philadelphia. Some news here as Samuel Ersson will get the start against the Dallas Stars. Sean Couturier and Jamie Drysdale have missed the past 2 games. Both missed practice on Thursday. John Tortorella would not say whether either will play on Thursday against the Dallas Stars. So there's been a change in the projected odds there. The Philadelphia Flyers now, according to the model, should be a plus 144 underdog. That makes the Dallas Stars a minus 144 favorite. Toronto at Calgary, going to add a bet here. Had some movement overnight with the Leafs becoming a favorite now at NorthStar Bets. Currently, they are minus 130. The Calgary Flames are plus 107. Jonathan Huberdeau is battling an illness. Big deal. He's got 6 goals and 17 points in 43 games. I think the bigger concern here is that Jacob Markstrom is still out. But even with Dan Vladar in goal, who I do have penciled in to start this one, given the uncertainty around Markstrom's status, I think there's enough value here to make a half-size bet on the Flames. So that's what I'm going to do. 0.5 units on the Calgary Flames at plus 107. I think Vladar has been better in recent games, but the range of possible outcomes for this goaltender is still really wide. He can be great, like he has been over the last stretch of games. He's had a few games where he's been really, really good, including the win over the Coyotes a couple of nights ago. But he can also be pretty trash or anywhere in the middle. Really wide range of outcomes with this goaltender. Hopefully he's great tonight if Markstrom can't go. But I do think if Markstrom is ready to come back, then he'll start tonight against the Maple Leafs, because the Flames have the Oilers up next, and the Oilers have been Jacob Markstrom's kryptonite. He's 2-5 against Edmonton in the regular season since the start of 2021-22, and 6-10 since the start of 2020-21. So I would expect that the Calgary Flames will try to keep Jacob Markstrom away from the Oilers, at least for now. Speaking of the Oilers, tough spot for the Kraken with Vince Dunn, Matty Beniers, and Andre Burakovsky all out of the lineup. No word on the status of Dunn and Burakovsky, but Beniers will be out until at least January 21st. Been a slight change in the projected odds there. The model thinks the Oilers should be a minus 191 favorite. Nashville plus 144, LA minus 144. That's what the model has. NorthStar Bets opened with this one at LA minus 156. They've moved down to minus 154. The Preds still sitting at plus 125. Exactly where it was yesterday, pretty much throughout the day. So no change there. Arizona at Vancouver. The Coyotes, they caught some steam overnight. Bettors moved the Yotes from plus 190 at NorthStar Bets all the way down to plus 165. Vancouver went from minus 238 to minus 204. Connor Ingram will start for the Coyotes. Ingram ranks 4th in the NHL with 15.8 goals saved above expected. He's been a big reason for the Coyotes' success, and a pretty cool story too, because it's been well documented that he has had some mental health struggles, and to see him bounce back the way he has this year, and get himself into the Vezina Trophy conversation. He's not going to win it, but he's in the conversation, and he's really elevated himself into the conversation of being one of the top goaltenders in the NHL. Let's see if he can keep it going. In the long term, the Rangers at the Vegas Golden Knights. NorthStar Bets open with this game between the Rangers and the Golden Knights at a pick'em. Each side listed at minus 110. We talked about this on Wednesday's show. That's where I thought the game should be. I had the Rangers as a minus 110 favorite here, according to the model. But it has since moved, not surprisingly, really, minus 130 due to Jack Eichel's absence. But I don't think that the Rangers are worth the bet at minus 110, and I certainly don't think at minus 130. But there hasn't been enough of a shift here to justify taking a chance, taking a flyer on the Vegas Golden Knights to win without their top superstar in the lineup. But yeah, pretty busy slate here with some great games in the NHL. So now I've got one game left to talk about. It was the game that was postponed on Wednesday between the Chicago Blackhawks and the Buffalo Sabres due to weather. Blackhawks caught a bit of a break heading into this one because they did play Tuesday at home against San Jose, but they'll still play 2 games in 2 nights here because they're in action against the Islanders on Friday. But now they've had a day off. I'm not sure what kind of day off it was, but they have had a day off in between games, whereas yesterday they would have been playing back-to-back games. So we'll see how that impacts the lineup here. But the model has shifted a little bit towards the Blackhawks. Now, look, I'm just going to throw this price out there because plus 199, that's what the model thinks the Blackhawks should be. It says they have a 33.4% chance of winning. This is way off of what we're seeing out there in the market, which doesn't really happen very often when it comes to my model that you see here on the Puck Portfolio every day. You'll notice when it does happen, when we are way off, it's usually when it's a team like San Jose or Chicago, right? So no surprise here, but I could justify making a big bet if I was going to take my model at face value here. I'm just not super confident in how it has assessed teams like Chicago and San Jose. So I'm going to scale it down, quarter unit at plus 235. That's the best price in market right now. There are some pretty lame prices out there, still plus EV if you, like I said, take the model at face value, but There's a plus 235 out there at a very prominent sports book that everybody should have access to, if not plus 230. So I'm locking a quarter unit play in on the Chicago Blackhawks at plus 235. That's to win a little over a half unit. So yeah, let's recap the picks really quick. Obviously, from Wednesday's show, got a great number on the Wild, plus 140. That's a quarter or a three-quarter unit play. Another three-quarter unit play on the Montreal Canadiens here that we just added earlier in the show at plus 155. That's available at NorthStar Bets. And a half unit on the Calgary Flames. Of course, Jonathan Huberdeau might be out. Jacob Markstrom might be out as well. I'm not so worried about that, and I'll still bet a half unit on the Calgary Flames to beat the Toronto Maple Leafs, who, I mean, I think if you look at these two teams, you compare them in all situations, the Maple Leafs and Flames have not been all that different over the last month. Of course, Toronto has been better at 5-on-5, but the Flames, they've had a great goal differential, great goal share, and in all situations, their expected goal share is pretty strong as well, so hopefully they can give the Maple Leafs a tough test tonight. And the final bet, the smallest bet of the evening, the Chicago Blackhawks plus 235 quarter unit. Just kind of hoping that they can capitalize on the fact that they got a day off that they wouldn't have had otherwise, and get a win versus the Buffalo Sabres, who I think are a little bit overrated by the market here heading into this one. And I don't think there's been enough of a change with the postponement and with the fact that the Blackhawks would have not had a day off had that not happened. So I think that plus 235 it's worth a shot here. Quarter unit. Let's hope we can build the bankroll up a little bit more. Of course, we've had a great season, great run, unbelievable run in January. If you've been following along, I'm going to recap the betting record here on Friday's show. But yeah, it's been a great January. We've been hitting a lot of plays, a lot of underdog bets. The majority, I'm thinking around 75% of the bets that I've given out in January have been underdogs. And the majority of bets that we've all season long have been underdogs. Our average odds around the plus 110 mark, if not a little bit lower, and we're still winning well over 50% of our bets, around 55, if not higher. I've got to update the betting record over the last week, kind of got behind a couple of days there, so I'm going to do that here today, and we'll talk about that on Friday. But double-digit return on investment, lots of closing line value. We pick off some really, really great openers here, or bad openers, depending on your perspective of things. But we've done a good job on the show here this year. Hopefully you've learned something. Hopefully you continue to build your bankroll here with a strong hockey portfolio on the puck portfolio. That does it for Thursday's episode. My name is Andy MacNeil. I hope that you will drop a like on the video if you have not already. Please subscribe to the Canada Sports Betting YouTube channel. Helps me stay employed if you do that. But regardless, good luck with your bets tonight. I will see you on Friday for a breakdown of Friday's NHL games, which I don't see a whole lot of value in right now. And of course, we'll look ahead to Saturday's big slate, and we'll definitely find some betting value going into Saturday on Friday's show. So good luck with your bets and take care.